Ever stop to think about what happens when our super connected world just goes dark? When the networks we depend on for everything just stop working? Well, there's this hidden world of communication that doesn't just survive in those moments, it actually thrives. And today, we're going to dive right into that world. Seriously, just try to picture it. A massive storm hits, a quake, a huge power grid failure. Your phone? It's basically a paperweight. The internet's gone. How would you call for help? How would you even find out if your family is okay? It's a pretty scary thought, right? But it's in exactly this kind of chaos that a whole different kind of network sparks to life. And that network, believe it or not, is powered by something a lot of people might think is a bit old school, but is actually buzzing with innovation. We are talking about amateur radio. And as you're about to see, it is so much more than just a hobby. So, what is it really? At its heart, amateur radio, or ham radio as it's often called, is a way for licensed people to talk to each other using radio waves. The most important thing to get is that it's all non-commercial. This isn't about broadcasting top 40 hits or running ads. It's all about connection, experimenting, and helping out. The whole idea of amateur radio really stands on four main pillars. It kicks off with a love for learning and a real drive for technical experimentation. People just wanting to see how far they can push the technology. But it's also about making friends all over the world, connecting with people you'd never meet otherwise. And maybe most importantly, it's about being there to provide emergency communications when things go bad. Let's dig into that communication part for a second because the scale of it is just mind-blowing. We're not talking about just reaching the next town over. This is real, genuine communication that completely ignores borders. And here's its superpower. You can have a conversation with someone across the country or even on the other side of the globe, sometimes just by bouncing your signal off the atmosphere, all without ever needing the internet or a cell tower. That independence is what makes it so tough. When all our modern networks collapse under pressure, amateur radio just keeps on going, providing this incredibly resilient link to the world. And please get those images of old, crackly radios out of your head. The flexibility here is amazing. Yeah, of course you have live voice chats, but operators also use digital modes that are basically like a private text chat. They can even send small data packets and simple images right through the airwaves. It's a surprisingly modern and versatile toolkit. So how does all this even work? Well, that brings us to the tech. And honestly, this hobby is like a giant playground for innovators, tinkers, and anyone who just loves to get their hands dirty and see how things are made. We're talking about way more than just picking up a mic. People are literally building their own radios and antennas from scratch. They're bouncing signals off satellites, even the International Space Station. They use cool stuff like APRS, that's Automatic Packet Reporting System, which lets you track the location of, say, a rescue vehicle or a hiker in real time on a map with zero cell service. They're even hooking it up to the Internet of Things to control remote gadgets. This is practical tech at its absolute best. And this quote just nails the whole spirit of it. I mean, it's one thing to read about radio waves in a book. It is a completely different thing to build your own antenna, point it at the horizon, and have a chat with someone 1,000 miles away using a machine you built. That is learning you can feel. But this is where the hobby becomes something truly vital. When everything goes wrong, when disaster hits, these radio enthusiasts often become unexpected heroes. Think about it. During huge events like floods, earthquakes, or massive storms, the very first things to go down are usually power and communications. That's the moment when amateur radio operators, who often work side by side with emergency services, step up to become that crucial communication bridge to the outside world. And let's be crystal clear about this. They are very often the last line of communication. When the phone lines are dead, cell towers are down, and even official government systems are knocked out, this global network of volunteers can get messages through, helping coordinate relief and literally save lives. So, who are the people behind the mics? It's easy to picture someone alone in a basement, but that couldn't be further from the truth. They're part of a huge, organized, and deeply ethical community that stretches across the entire planet. And this community is incredibly diverse. You've got students getting their first taste of electronics, you've got retired engineers who are pushing the boundaries of what's possible, and teachers who are passing this passion on to a new generation. It's a fantastic mix of people from all walks of life, all connected by this shared interest. And that's really the beauty of it, isn't it? It's one single hobby that can instantly connect you with thousands of people from every culture you can imagine, all over the world. You never know who you're going to talk to next.
And this is no free-for-all. It's not the Wild West of the airwaves. This is a highly organized and professional service. Here in Malaysia, for example, it's regulated by the MCMC, and every country has its own version of that. To get on the air, you have to pass an exam to get your license. That gives you your own unique official call sign, and everyone operates by a strict code of ethics to keep things disciplined and responsible.
So let's wrap this all together. What is amateur radio? It's where hands-on tech meets worldwide communication. It's where that desire to serve your community leads to friendships that don't care about borders. It's the meeting point of all these incredible things.
It's not just any one of these things by itself. The real magic is the powerful and unique combination of all four. That's what makes this so much more than a hobby. It makes it a critical piece of our global safety net.
So that leaves us with one final thought. This really isn't just about talking on a radio. It's about being a living, breathing part of a resilient, human-powered network that serves all of us. And the real question is, are you ready to be a part of it?